Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you today? It is Thursday, August 14th, 2025. I will be your host for the next 2 hours. This is BKP, and you're watching BKP Politics on Voice of RuralAmerica.com. Good morning, Diane. How are you? I had to have a shot of coffee. How are you? Everybody good? All right. We ready? Are we ready? Now, yesterday, Donald Trump, I probably have, I've never thought about coming right out of the box with this, but this just cracked me up yesterday. I have to go with it. Video 8, Diane.
I turned down plenty. They were too woke. I had a couple of wokesters.
Those wokesters. I had a couple wokesters. Those wokesters. Didn't you love that? All right. So we are on countdown, right? Now, networks, give me 105. Networks are putting together complete production teams, made for TV movie in Alaska, right? Made for TV movie, a press conference to follow. Putin and Trump. We have the build up, the lead up. Give me number 3. You will see this all day long. Every network will have their graphic put together so you can prepare for the TV production they have planned for tomorrow, where they will not tell you, 103, they will not tell you the truth of what's going on. There you see that, CBS News, Trump, Putin, Alaska Summit. Tomorrow. There you go. Headlines. So that's tomorrow. And, I have said myself on this program, Trump said that he could end this in one day. Remember, I could end this war in one day. And it didn't happen. It's day 207 in the Trump administration. And it didn't happen. He didn't end it in one day. So and you stop to think, why didn't he end it in a day? Why does Trump continually say this is a tough one? I mean, this is not easy to figure out. And we know Trump could have, and I'm going to make this statement, President Donald J. Trump could have basically ended this on day 1 with the details to complete it on day 7 if it wasn't for the UK. Just saying, I will explain. The UK, I will explain. So Donald Trump named the honors at the Kennedy Center yesterday, 100. And I didn't have a problem with that. As he said, they tried to slide a couple wokesters. Didn't you love that? The wokesters in there. George Strait, Sylvester Stallone, Gloria Gaynor, Kiss, and Michael Crawford. The Phantom of the Opera, right? Okay. So honorees, that's no problem. We're good with that. Now, I watched this story this morning, 101, the grandparents scam. We're going to talk about that in a minute. And at first, I'm over here and I'm reading. At first, I thought they were talking about the Frost family cult from Coweta County that pulled a Ponzi scheme, Brant Frost IV, $140 million, mostly on 70 and 80-year-olds. So when I heard grandparent scam, I was like, is that an update on the Frost story? No, it's something else. But anyhow, that's what we should start calling the Frost scam, Frost Ponzi scheme, the grandparent scam. A lot of the people that were taken advantage of by Brant Frost the fourth, First Liberty Building and Loan, the $140 million Georgia Ponzi scheme, the receiver said, Mr. Hayes said it was 70 and 80-year-olds, and we've met the 93-year-old that put in $1.3 million. That's what we should call it, the grandparent scam. Take that down. Now, so what are you doing this weekend? It's Thursday. What are you doing this weekend? I think we should all go to D.C. and protest. It's much safer. I think we should go. I mean, this is what liberals sound like this morning, right? Number 95. Hey, what are you doing this weekend? You know, they're paying protesters so much an hour to go to D.C. I'm not going to D.C., man. Last time I went to D.C., I got carjacked. No. We're protesting the fascist, but Trump has D.C. really safe. It's safe to go there. You can't make that up. So the protesters are gearing up for a weekend of going against the fascist. You would recognize that white people are getting in their little electric cars and their electric cars and their Toyota Priuses or whatever they're driving these days, or their Subarus. The lesbians are jumping into Subarus. I know. I can't retract it. It's on tape. But they're all getting together and they're headed to D.C. because it's a much safer place to be right now. Fascists it's white people. Damn white people. I mean, oh my God, those damn white people. Sorry, Mom. Mom, you know. All right, so fascists go home. You know, yesterday I was on social media, and I don't know the algorithm. I don't know why the algorithm would target me with black videos or videos with black people. Let me get this correct. Just not black videos. Videos with black people from D.C. I don't know why my algorithm would put it on me, but over and over, people, particularly black women and several, thanking President Trump. Just saying. And then over and over, did you see the videos? I did not want to put them on the show. Over and over, someone is posting the slums in Baltimore. You can't go in their areas. Baltimore, St. Louis, the list goes on. It's really, and there are people in those neighborhoods that are begging President Trump to come in and help them. So we'll talk about that a little more. So what are you doing this weekend? I'm going to D.C. I mean, I hear it's safe. So D.C. is so safe, a white kid could make a cardboard sign that says fascists go home and stand there and not fear, of being attacked, a bloody attack. What do you say to that? Now, take that down. What do I have here? What is this one here? Oh, I like this one, number 41. We'll talk about this a little later in the program. The first thing we're going to go into is the lies concerning Ukraine and Donald Trump and what's happening tomorrow. The media, I just have to say this, the media is setting up that they want to see Donald Trump get rolled by Putin so they can say Donald Trump got rolled by Putin. We're going to bring you the truth. No more handouts for high fructose hustlers, okay? All across the country, we're starting to ban what you can use, SNAP, welfare, whatever you want to call it, EBT cards. Can't buy sugary drinks, candy, certain things like that. Now, these corporations, you go down that potato chip aisle on this side, and Coke and Pepsi and Dr. Pepper or whatever on this side, that is their lifeline, is those food stamp cards. And, if that gets shut down, interesting. All right, take that down. We'll talk about that a little later in the show. So what else do we have here? I had something else I wanted to show you before. What do you think of this? Number 40. I asked this question give me number 40. What do you think out there about, and we've been busy, so we've not ventured into this, right? What do you think about pothead culture as Trump weighs weed reform? What do you think of changing the classification of marijuana? What do you think of that? Just saying, wondering. I'm just wondering. Now, I sent my congressman a message yesterday. I did. I sent my congressman. Now, I'm not on here attacking my president of the United States, but I'm much more interested in my price of Maxwell House coffee, number 51, than Vladimir Putin going to Alaska. I just am. I mean, I didn't start their damn war. I didn't tell Biden to let it happen. I didn't tell lawmakers. And I sent my lawmaker a message and I said, could you do me a favor? If you get anywhere around President Trump, could you tell him, just for me, I'm not attacking, but could he cool it on the whole Brazil thing right now? Because, my Maxwell House is up $3 a can, and I'm not trying to do a free ad for Maxwell House. That's not my favorite coffee. I can't afford my favorite coffee. But, and my congressman sent me back and said, I don't think that is something I could really go to the president with. And I sent back, I said, I'm much more interested in the price of my Maxwell House than I am the Putin-Donald Trump summit concerning Zelensky on Friday. Let's get my coffee prices down, please. Just saying. So, yeah, coffee and tea prices. I mean, I'm searching all over the web trying to save $1.25 on a cup of coffee. That's me, folks. You just don't know it. So I'm really concerned about my coffee. I'm so concerned. I sent my message. I sent a message to my congressman. I said, hey, we do something here about my Maxwell House. Now, let me upset you. What kind of mood am I in? Thursday, tomorrow's Friday. Bada bing, bada boom, number 65. This is an opening move. The Wall Street Journal. This is a full article. It's pretty deep. I mean, if you want to read it, you may not. No longer dead Brad walking. Georgia's election chief makes a comeback. Wall Street Journal. Republican Brad Raffensperger, who refused to find more votes in 2020, survives political exile by MAGA. and is now eyeing higher office. Just saying. I suspect that Brad Raffensperger, and the reason we bring him up right now, because we have the Georgia Hour at 10. We'll talk about that a little later. I think most people in America, if we were to do a trivia, if we were doing trivia and we were playing trivia, most people don't, unless it's your state, have any idea who a Secretary of State. And the next question, who is the Secretary of State of Nevada? Hell if I know. But I don't care where you're at in America. Who is the Secretary of State of Georgia? Brad Raffensperger. Just saying. Just saying. I would not be shocked. Shocked. Now, what is this? It is the demagnification of America and Georgia. And I'm going to prove this to you, all right? Now, give me 67. 67. Are you ready? Now, these are at the current time. Now, they don't acknowledge her, but this audience gets upset if I don't. But there's a lady in the race. I'm not Sally Grubbs, the first vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party, who said, not quote, she didn't quote say this, but basically there's no room at the top of the ticket for a woman in the GOP at this time, governor or Senate. So there's a lady that has been crisscrossing the state, going to Georgia Republican parties for quite some time. Her name is Reagan Bach. She says she's running for Senate. She doesn't have the money, but that shouldn't be the case. But anyhow, here are the three candidates for our U.S. Senate race to go up against Jon Ossoff. So we got Mike Collins, who replicates MAGA, America First, as the congressman from the 10th district. His actions and his votes say that. Little controversy around the guy. But then we have Buddy Carter, the guy in the red jacket who is down there around Savannah, 1st District of Georgia, a pretend MAGA. And then right in the middle, we have what Brian Kemp, again, most people in America know Brian Kemp, one of our governors in Georgia, because we have two. We have the governors, plural, Marty and Brian. Brian Kemp is handing us here in Georgia Mitt Romney 2.0. Now, if this is, now let me just give you this and move on, all right? I will get probably fired up in the Georgia Hour when I talk about this, because it really irks me, and that's the nice word I can use. Mom's watching. But if Brian Kemp is supposedly the most popular governor in the United States, wait a minute, quit throwing things at the damn camera. I know you people out there. If Brian Kemp in Georgia is supposedly the most popular governor in America, has the highest approval rating in the state of Georgia. Now, the other day, Laura Loomer put up the end of MAGA. End of MAGA, too many people fighting for position. And I should probably get that tweet. But the one area where Laura Loomer is wrong, the tweet is correct, or where Laura forgot to add on to that, and a lot of people are upset because she said when Donald Trump leaves will be the end of MAGA. Okay? The GOP is over. This is what she said. The only thing she didn't add on there, the destruction and the return. The destruction is this. The return is candidates like Derek Dooley. So one more time and I'll get out. If Brian Kemp, you think about it, is supposedly the highest polling governor in America, the top governor in America. In fact, he's so amazing. Easy, quit throwing things at the TV. He is so amazing that he is the chair of the Republican Governors Association. I mean, this guy is it. He is one of the top contenders, as they call it, for 2028. Keep in mind, this is the candidate he put forward to go up against John Ossoff to flip Georgia from Democrat to red, but not MAGA. This is his candidate. I told a viewer, I got a text this morning at 4:32 a.m. They know I'm here. They know I'm at work, and they know I'm not late. Viewer sent me and said, this guy in the middle, Derek Dooley, reminds them of Mitt Romney 2.0. Mitt Romney 2. And I text back, I said, I'm stealing that one. So it's officially stolen. Brian Kemp is giving us in Georgia Mitt Romney 2.0. Take that down. Georgia Hour, 10 o'clock. A little more on the Mitt Romney 2.0. Let's see what else I have out there. Let's see. I'm going to give you another one. I have another one out here I want to show you before we dig into number 77. These two brothers, don't you want to just say, you are a grown-ass man? I mean, these are two NFL players. The one brother, the Philadelphia Eagle, the guy in the dark sweatshirt, Kelsick brothers, right? The one guy is Kansas City Chiefs. The one guy retired Philadelphia Eagles. These are two guys that probably grew up in their home. Couple tough guys beating each other up every day, wrestling, calling each other, guy names. And this morning I'm listening and they are gushing over Taylor Swift. And I want to say, hey guys, did you have a Barbie dream house when you were young? I mean, did you? I mean, are you getting ready to break out a Barbie dream house or something? Like, you are grown-ass men. I have to tell you something. If you are, I'm going to give you an out. If you are a grown-ass man with a daughter, ready? If you are a grown-ass man with a daughter, because that was me one day. My daughter told me she wanted to go, I think she was 12, to see LeAnn Rimes. And I went. I got the tickets, and Dad took his daughter to see LeAnn Rimes. Now, I don't know that I would do that today with Taylor Swift, but if you're a grown-ass man and your daughter, your 10-year-old little girl, 12-year-old little girl, her dream is to get this ticket, we'll give you a pass. All right? But if you're a grown-ass man and you can't wait for Taylor Swift's album to come out, I'm just going to leave that open. I'm going to leave that sentence open for fill in the blank. All right. So in LA, number 83, they are training or doing a class with the children that begin school, the illegals, and they're giving them if there's a raid, 84 LA students to begin first day of school amid fear of raids. They're going to show the children. They're sending this home. Make a child care plan. Choose and arrange your child care in advance. Tell schools programs your backup plan. If you're unavailable, let the school know your backup plan. And they're putting out in LA for illegals 85 family preparedness care package. Make a child care plan, your guide to family preparedness in case your mom and dad are deported in the middle of the day and you get home from school. Little kids need a plan. 73, we'll come back in just a minute. Why did Zelensky meet with the EU and NATO and then run as fast as he can to number 10 Downing Street to talk to this guy before Trump talks to Putin when we return? Take a break.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Diane, I sent you a text message. She is so busy. She's got pictures, graphics, videos, messages. Very, very busy lady. So, anyhow, tomorrow, and I want to lay this out, and President Trump, and the reason I'm going to do this and put it together, you're not getting the truth. And when you see your neighbor and your neighbor says, well, this happened. And let's start right here with let's go with 105. And when your neighbor says, well, Trump said he would end this war in a day. What do you say to that? And I have to tell you, unless you do your homework and unless you are prepared, that is a stump question. 103. Most politicians, if most politicians, if they were standing in a room and someone said, well, Donald Trump said he would end that in a day, and it is day 207. He's missed it by 207 days. What say you? Most people can't answer the question. Now, could this have been settled in a day? Yes. The actual ceasefire could have happened January 21st. Could have. It didn't. Could have. It could have been Marco Rubio. Maybe we had to wait for the Secretary of State to get confirmed to go to a couple meetings. So maybe the one day, the reality was 2 months. Whatever. But there's a reason why we're at 207. And Trump is calling Putin and saying, you and I are going to meet. Because I have told you all along, we are normalizing relations. Sergei Lavrov, is that his name? The equivalent position in Russia as Marco Rubio, little Marco, our Secretary of State. There has been teams around the world meeting in Dubai, other places. Just go look it up. With the United States and Russia, not the United States, the EU and Russia. No. The United States and Russia have been meeting for months to normalize relations. Now, what I think Trump's about to do is he's about to just come out and tell the American people everything. This is my thought, could happen. And I do not think in no way whatsoever tomorrow at this meeting, Trump is going to get rolled. I do not think so. Trump tried to tell Zelensky, that's why he was angry, is you guys know what you did. You know what you did. You know the position that you've put the world in. You don't have the cards. Because tomorrow, when Donald Trump meets with Vladimir Putin from Russia, Russia has won the war. You have no more news in the mornings, any broadcast showing you a map where Ukrainian troops held an area, Ukrainian troops forced forward, Ukrainian troops made advances, nothing at all, zero. Ukraine does not have people to fight. It's done. This guy, Zelensky, his parliament, his people, they want him out. Bottom line, the war's over. Now, I have said over and over, Putin is like, and I'm negotiating why. So a little bit of, and look at here, 106, right? We'll talk about this. 106, because you're going to hear the truth. Here you go. Zelensky rejects possibility of conceding Donbass to Russia. Now, so yesterday, let me go through and the spin that they're trying to put you in. Here is 42. The guy is trying to doomed Zelensky desperate to sabotage Putin-Trump summit. Absolutely. There's no future for him in the actual agreement that's going forward. The only saving grace, the EU, right? The EU and the UK. So the New York Times, number 38, how a call from President Trump ignited a frantic week of diplomacy by Ukraine. After reassuring Europe, Trump strikes a different tone about Russian threats. We're going to go through the spin, all right, of what's happening out there. Now, this is out of Russia. Number 43, Russia derails Ukraine's Western-backed missile program. You can watch a video where their missile program, right, backed by the West, by the EU, Russia has taken it out. Now, we're going to come back to 44. I want to write that down, but I want to show it to you now. From the Telegraph, Trump to offer Putin minerals for peace. All right? Minerals. Now, if you're new to the show, I'm going to briefly explain. If you're not, you're about to hear how many times have I said on this program that Putin keeps saying, and you're getting the minerals, why? Why are Donald Trump is preparing to offer Vladimir Putin access to rare earth minerals to incentivize him to end the war in Ukraine. The U.S. president will arrive at much anticipated meeting with Russia counterpart on Friday. They will include opening up Alaska's natural resources to Moscow, right? And lifting some of American sanctions on Russia aviation industry. Proposal includes giving Putin access to rare earth minerals in the Ukrainian territories currently occupied by Russia. Diane, you don't have to answer, but how many times have I said Putin is asking them and you're making the mineral deal? We won, but you're making the mineral deal? How many times? A dozen? I've told you over and over. Trump's ready to say, you won. That's not conceding, surrendering. We're not surrendering. You and I, Donald Trump, we're not surrendering. I mean, we're going to end a war that should have never started. And Zelensky and Biden and his EU friends, it's not our fault. But the rare earth minerals, I've said it over and over. Putin is continually asking, I won. Do you want me to roll right into Kiev? Do you want to work out something? This is what Vladimir Putin's looking at. I read enough of the Russian publications, whether you believe I should or not. I'm not saying that's the truth, but you sure as hell can't get the truth here in America reading the Wall Street Journal. Okay. But that being said, Putin is saying to them basically, okay, I'm going to let them continue to be and act as a sovereign country friendly to Russia. We're going to get rid of the root problem. I want to root out the Nazis. I want to root out the corruption. I want to root out this guy here, the dirty parliament, and make a deal. Trump is saying minerals. I told you this. All right. Now, number 47. Zelensky meets with Starmer in UK day before Trump-Putin summit. Why? I mean, what is going on here? Now, I will show you. Give me video 10. Now this, I'm going to play these just so I could show you how false the narrative is and what's going on tomorrow. Video 10.
Some reason I missed it. Hold on a second.
That's okay.
It didn't download.
The world didn't end. I'll tell you, yeah, I don't want to go to 11 yet. I'll wait for 10. That's okay. So while we're waiting on that, why is he over there? Now remember, Zelensky met with EU, NATO yesterday. They rushed to have this big meeting and have a Zoom phone call, not this morning, yesterday. So Trump had a Zoom, I'm going to call it a Zoom call, a video conference with leaders, 26 leaders of the EU, NATO, and Zelensky. They met yesterday, but Zelensky leaves there and he heads to number 10 Downing Street. Why?
I'm ready.
And you ready? Go ahead. I'm going to play the false narratives and then explain. Thank you, Diane. Video 10.
I understand we were expecting Zelensky to come out any moment. Have you gotten, there he is, the two men have stepped out. What have you learned from inside the meeting, Claire?
We haven't had any concrete statements about what happened inside the meeting. You can hear that people are shouting questions. They haven't engaged with any of the questions, nor the questions that were asked as they were going in. The only thing that we do have are some pictures that have come out of the two leaders, Keir Starmer of the UK and President Volodymyr Zelensky of Ukraine, meeting in the garden at Downing Street, having what looked like a cup of tea together. And in between the two of them is a bouquet of flowers, including many sunflowers, which is, of course, a national symbol of Ukraine. I think a picture there that shows the real display of European solidarity that we've seen with Ukraine this week, going into that crucial summit, the first direct talks between US and Russian presidents since before the war. So, look, a sort of meeting today that I think caps off that week, that will have given these two leaders a chance to debrief on what they heard yesterday in that major virtual meeting involving European leaders, President Zelensky and President Trump, and to really look ahead. Because this summit in Alaska has put the efforts to end this war diplomatically really at a crossroads. We don't know what's going to happen. There's still significant nerves around what will happen when Trump comes face to face with Putin, whether he will withstand the persuasion of the Russian president. But he has said, look, if it goes well, he could move very quickly to a second meeting involving Zelensky. That likely will have come up in discussions today. And if it doesn't go well, he has threatened severe consequences. Will that happen? We've seen a lot of threats coming from Trump in the past that haven't materialized. So Europe will want to talk through and think through its strategy if that happens, how it can put pressure on Russia, how it can persuade the US to put pressure on Russia. So a lot of considerations going into this summit. But overall, this is crucial for Zelensky. The audience for him, the optics matter not only towards the US as it goes into the summit, but to the Ukrainian people. Don't forget, they're fighting this war so they can take their place as a sovereign country at the heart of Europe. So I think this was about substance today, but I think the optics really matter to Zelensky at home. MJ?
Absolutely.
The Ukrainian people are no longer fighting this war. They are no longer fighting this war. All right. This is Zelensky's war. This is not the Ukrainian people's war. So nothing truthful in that comment. Nothing truthful in that report. Now, same thing over at MSNBC. I'm going to play this one, and then I'm going to show you what's going to happen, why we did not end the war in one day, and why they are setting up the narrative. All right, give me video 11.
Hours yesterday in a series of video calls, and at the end of it, President Zelensky said that they had agreed on a number of principles. Number one, that there should be no deal about Ukraine without Ukraine, that Ukraine cannot be excluded from this process. Two, that there needs to be a ceasefire first in the war as a prelude to longer discussions about actually ending the war. Three, he said that Russia cannot be allowed to have a veto over Ukraine potentially joining NATO, joining the European Union. And finally, Zelensky said that if Vladimir Putin does not show seriousness in Alaska, that the United States needs to move ahead with those long-promised sanctions and tariffs. Now, President Trump
can't be a deal without Ukraine. Russia cannot have veto power over the question of Ukraine joining NATO. Russia can't veto Ukraine joining NATO. And Ukraine wants security. Now, you keep hearing that. They want a security agreement. So give me everything you hear for tomorrow is a setup lie from the media. 73. 70, we're going to go to 73. I just want to show you the graphics. There they are, 74. '78. There will be a second meeting with Zelensky if the first one goes okay. Trump's like, I don't know if there's going to be a second meeting. All right. Put this, whether you like it or not, whatever you think of President Donald J. Trump, this is not up to Donald Trump to actually tell Putin what he's going to do. Putin has the backing, whether you think it's, substance or not. He has the backing of Iran. He has the backing of the nuclear strength of North Korea. He has the commitment of 30,000 troops from North Korea. Now, I will get to that in a minute. North Korea, that may be laughable to some, but North Korea already put 10,000 boots on the ground. Number 87, just a little. Number 88, Zelensky calls for ceasefire first, then security guarantees. He wants those security guarantees. Now, here is yesterday, number 89. This is the video conference with the EU leaders and NATO and Zelensky and President Trump and Rubio and others from the United States. All right. This is the meeting they had right before Zelensky jumps and goes to 10 Downing Street. Here's number 90. Will Russia face any consequences if Vladimir Putin does not agree to stop? Now, you got to pay attention to the chyron and the questions and the direction that our media is trying to keep this war alive. They're definitely trying to keep this war alive. The real question would be not will Russia face any consequences, is if we don't solve this, how long before Putin and a bunch of North Koreans are partying on Main Street in Kiev? It's going to happen. And if we start, I'm going to get into it. If we start pushing boots on the ground, don't forget there's this little thing over here called Taipei. Is that Taiwan? Little thing over there called Taiwan. Can't make any of this up. 91, Trump vows consequences if Putin doesn't not agree to end the war. So, 97, will Trump bring allies' concerns up to Putin? Here's our list of concerns. Can you make sure they get into the meeting? And right here, don't forget, Zelensky rejects possibility 106 of conceding land. Now, pretty sure I had it here earlier. Hang tight. 46. Now, in the demilitarized zone between North and South Korea, this all goes together. They have enormous loudspeakers to irritate the other side. And there's been talk that North Korea is dismantling their loudspeakers. North Korea denies loudspeaker removal, but says Trump-Kim meeting is possible. It's possible. Now, they want a meeting with President Trump in North Korea. They're playing the Russia won. See, they know Russia won. Our media will not report it. UK will not report it. NATO will not report it. EU will not report it. But see, North Korea knows Russia won. Now, I want to stay with North Korea for just a minute. They put 10,000 boots on the ground, and they are manufacturing bullets, ammo as fast as they can to ship across the border there to Russia. And they have committed to an additional 30,000 troops. So the only response we could possibly have, because Ukraine has no men, women, they're depleted, they're done. There's nothing to go forward with. Only thing that Zelensky can actually do for his people is wave the white flag with an unconditional surrender and get it over with. But now Italy said, no, we're not putting our people, no boots. But the French want to put boots on the ground. The UK's ready to put boots on the ground, right? Yes, they are. The Germany, they're all working now to put boots on the ground to go up against Putin, because the next move Putin will make is Kiev, if he has to. And he's going to have 30,000 North Koreans helping. I mean, some in our media, I'll just say some for right now, they should be imprisoned, period. Now, so with all of this going on, why? Now, let's look at this briefly. Let's look at this. Give me, right now, this graphic here. Where's it at? I had it a minute ago. Hang tight there, Baba Louie. We got it. Give me 61. Diane, just write 61 down somewhere. I may come back. I'm going to be coming back to 61 in fairness. All right. Now, this is from Al Jazeera, but this is the map currently this morning. All right. This is the region Crimea. This is the region right here. Okay. Now, you see the Black Sea. You see. Remember, there's only a small area that Ukraine has now access to the Black Sea. Very small region Ukraine has access. Now, remember what Trump said yesterday or day before yesterday in the press conference? Putin is taking some of the best oceanfront, he said we call it some of the best oceanfront property, right? So oceanfront property, remember that one. Now, give me number 59, because there's talks of putting nukes back in Ukraine. There's talks of security agreements putting nuclear weapons back in Ukraine. Yes. Ukraine voluntarily gave up its nuclear weapons after the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1994. It was part of the deal. If Ukraine wanted to have a border, with Russia and be a sovereign country broken off from the Soviet Union, it could not border the Soviet Union and have nuclear weapons. And so Ukraine signed the Budapest Memorandum. So if you want to look at this and get deep, go back and look at the Budapest Memorandum in 1994, agreeing to transfer all remaining nuclear warheads to Russia in exchange for security assurance from the United States, the United Kingdom, and Russia. This agreement led to Ukraine becoming a non-nuclear weapon state. Nuclear non-proliferation treaty. So Ukraine has all these nuclear weapons. They trade them in the deal for security agreements. under the Budapest Memorandum. But Russia feels that was broken. So NATO, just give me 63. The original purpose after World War II of NATO, established in 1949, was to provide collective security. Now, you keep hearing security agreements. Security for its members against the Soviet Union and its sphere of influence. All right. It was a military alliance aimed at deterring Soviet expansion in Europe. So this is the original reasoning for NATO. But you got to go back at this time in 1949 and look at the original members. So when the Soviet Union broke up, there was an agreement. Give me 62. When the Soviet Union broke up, USSR, you had European countries that joined NATO against the agreement with Russia. Russia feels that they had an agreement. Multiple European countries were formally part of the Soviet bloc. Soviet Union itself have joined NATO since the end of the Cold War, despite Russia viewing such expansion as contrary to the spirit of agreements made during the German reunification in the 1900s. 1990, sorry, not 1900, 1990. While there was no formal treaty, they say that there was an agreement. And you got the Czech Republic, Hungary, Poland in 1999, 2004, Bulgaria, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Romania, Slovakia, Slovenia. How am I getting these? What happened? How did I do that? Anyhow, 2009, Albania, I knew I would mess up. So Montenegro, 2017, and then 2023, Finland and Sweden. Now, Russia says this was not part of the deal. Not part of the deal. And Russia said Ukraine will not border the USSR and surround them and be part of NATO. So that's just where Russia's at. This is not an agree or disagree moment. That's the way they see it. That's the way they look at it. And they have been aggressors based on they feel NATO has been aggressors in other areas. It's a lot more to that. So now, remember, this is number 59. Yes. Right? Yes. Now, give me number 60. Go to 59. Remember, yes, Ukraine was a very, right? Now, go to 60. After the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991, Ukraine inherited the world's third largest nuclear arsenal. Third largest nuclear arsenal was in Ukraine, estimated to be to include approximately 1,900 strategic nuclear warheads and thousands of tactical nuclear weapons. These weapons were eventually transferred to Russia under the Budapest Memorandum in exchange for security assurances. So now I have one more here. I want to make sure we put up maybe, is there another one? That might be it. So let's go back to 61. And I want to wrap this up because tomorrow they will lie to you. Everything about tomorrow is just a flat out lie that they're going to spin. Mapping the occupied Ukraine region. Now, do you see the Black Sea and the Sea of... I can't see that on there. I'll get to it in a minute. right? And we know Russia has won the war, and the war is over, and Russia wants to know why they're negotiating. It's a conditional surrender. I mean, between us, I'll just say it like this. I mean, the best Trump may be able to do tomorrow is come away that Zelensky gets to continue to live. I mean, I know you don't like that. So now let's go back, because I may want 61 in a minute. Let's go back to day one, right? And 47. So on day one, Trump promised he would end this war on day one. And I have put this on the screen multiple times. You never see this anywhere else. Zelensky meets with Starmer in UK this morning. This is after the EU meeting yesterday. This is after the NATO meeting. This is after the Trump meeting. He goes to number 10 Downing Street. They go inside, shut the door. You see, 48, they knew, our allies knew that you and I were tired of it. They knew that we were not going to, President Trump wasn't going to come in and keep this going. And remember, this happened January 16th, 2025. 4 days. They rushed Zelensky. They did not know what Trump was going to do, right? They didn't know what Trump was going to do. They were worried about it. And they rushed 4 days before January 20th. Keep in mind, it's 4 days. The UK and Ukraine signed a landmark 100-year deal. Now, the Biden administration knows this. Anthony Blinken knows this. Jake Sullivan, they know this. Everyone, well, maybe Joe Biden didn't know it, but they know this is happening, right? Now, did they hide this from Trump's team? Did they hide this from Trump's foreign policy team? Was he aware of this? On January 25th, UK and Ukraine signed a landmark 100-year partnership to deepen security ties and strengthen partnership for future generations. They can't sign the deal for me. They can't sign it for you. This right here is the reason Trump could not make the moves on day one that he promised. Right here, January 16th. A treaty will bolster military collaboration on maritime security through a new framework to strengthen the Baltic Sea, Black Sea, Azov Sea security and deter ongoing Russian aggression. A 100-year deal they signed. And that they're going to protect Ukraine in the oceanfront property area. Give me number 49. The 100-year partnership is a major step in supporting Ukraine's long-term security, ensuring they are never again vulnerable to the kind of brutality inflicted on it by Russia, and committing to stand shoulder to shoulder with a sovereign Ukraine for the next century. Ukraine has highly trained military and thriving technology sector, designed and deployed state-of-the-art battle-ready equipment. A security partnership with Ukraine will make Britain stronger. So this is Prime Minister Starmer. That's the guy, right? Number 59, the Ukraine the UK and Ukraine signed 100-year partnership agreement on January 16, 2025. 4 days. I have put this up over and over. The agreement aims to deepen security, economic and cultural ties between the two countries. Regarding Donald Trump's view, the agreement was signed amidst concerns among European allies about potential shift in U.S. policy towards Ukraine under the incoming Trump administration. They rushed to sign this to try to put a block on Trump, to try to put a block on America, to try to drag us into a war. That's what they did. Trump has stated that he wants to see the war end quickly and believes that Europe should be responsible for Ukraine's security. He is not committed to providing U.S. security guarantees for Ukraine and has focused on the deal that would grant U.S. companies access to Ukraine minerals and resources. So Putin is showing up tomorrow. Don't forget, that's why right here, what I'm showing you on the screen is why this little sawed-off runt from Ukraine that is getting 88, give me 88, and then go ahead and go back to 73. This little sawed-off runt, Zelensky, right? Security guarantees. His people are being killed, thousands dead. Russia does not have to stop. Russia won. This guy is not concerned about the sovereignty. He's not concerned about giving up the land. Nothing is he concerned about. Giving up territory. He's concerned about himself. So he runs number 73. This is exactly what I put on the screen is the reason he ran over there. Vladimir Putin said 100-year deal. UK, you might want to call us, not this guy here. You see, the UK cannot follow through with their 100-year deal. Macron and the deals that France has made, you cannot follow through with any of them with this guy here because he didn't win. The only thing you could do to continue to have Ukraine, as you call it, a sovereign country, is for you to go in, put boots on the ground, you to go in and put weapons and go in and fight the war against Russia because they have no more people. They're done. Let me just say this. I know you will not be told the truth. 103. I know you will not be told the truth by our media. I know you will not be told the truth by NATO, the UK, the EU. I know you will not hear what's actually going on. So I think right now you need to stop and think. Put President Trump on your prayer list, no matter how that sounds. Pray for what he's up against, Vladimir Putin, and what is going to happen tomorrow. And may the best come out of this meeting for America. May the best come out of this meeting for you and I. But also, may the best come out of this meeting for the Ukrainian people, those people out in the farmlands that have sacrificed and died for a senseless, useless war brought on by Joe Biden, the UK, and Vladimir Zelensky. Yes, I know Putin invaded, right? Take a break.
At Dave's Dave Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Dave Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting edge digital technology and state of the art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second to none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
Hi, how are you? Let's see here. What is this? Oh, okay. I got it. That's for the Georgia Hour. I'm trying to stay current. I check everything during the break. All right, so where were we at? Let's go with, I have so many stories lined up. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Diane, I want you to do something, not in your spare time, so don't stress out. I don't need it right now. I want something maybe by Monday. I don't know. I mean, I'm in no hurry. But I want something the size of the screen, the whole size of the screen, that when I ask you to put it up, it covers the entire screen. Because I want you guys to get a full effect of what we have going on here. Now, every morning there one, if not two, of the areas that we stream the program to in the mornings likes to be difficult. So when you hit, I'm going to just give you an example. When you hit go, we'll call it go. You got everything set. You got everything set for the morning. Diane's as she hits go. On the screen, it's very easy in the morning that two of them pop up on the screen and say, cannot connect. Why? Why not? So it's not unusual that every morning there's a little bit of what I would call a fight to get everything connected. And it's not Diane, it's these social media and these platforms that are still trying to block us from time to time. So anyhow, I guess what I'm going with that is I'm going to show you it's going to take up the whole screen, every single place where you can find our program. And we're going to do that for the reason we're going to do that. We're going to do like a 2 or 3 minute. So that way we can also blast it out everywhere. So you could show people how to find the program because it grows daily. Now, we do not have the funding. We do not get big checks from people that want to buy a narrative because we don't sell a narrative. So we have no one writing the big checks. All right. The checks we've received in the past, because we did not carry a narrative, some of them ended, and that's not uncommon. I have had to struggle with, do I continue to take a check knowing something? And I've always come down on the side, no, if I know it's not appropriate or the right thing, I won't continue to take a check. The point I'm making is we don't have the big money. We appreciate every donor out there. Everyone, you can go to our website and you can donate. Diane, do we have that every day on the side when it comes up? Do we have a place they can go? I don't really pay attention to it, right? Right there, the QR code. You can hit that QR code and donate straight to the program. Maybe we can get that QR code in like one of the corners and leave it there at all times while the program is going. Maybe that could be helpful. I don't know, just coming out of the box. But anyhow, we appreciate every donor that and every advertiser. But we only really grow organically as people are telling people. So thank you very much. Sometimes, I think we're at what I was getting to, Diane, that I didn't complete. Sometimes if there is a source that you watch the program, we'll get it to where you have the graphic and you can switch really quickly if it's not on that source to an alternative source. And we want you to know we appreciate, I think we got like 7 places this show goes out to, but we appreciate when you tell us the source you're used to watching it on if it's not available immediately. So there you go. Now, that being said, 95. Now, this is not racial. All right. I mean, this is not racist. It's just not. Okay. So let me say that right up front. But the black communities in our cities, they're okay, and they want Donald Trump to keep going. Now, Washington, D.C., I said jokingly at the beginning of the show, the liberal, here's where liberal lefties go to cry. Number 25. I want to go back to that one. 25. Blue Sky right here is where, what's her name? What's that guy that has a show on MSNBC at night? Rachel Maddow. This is where Rachel Maddow and little Chrissy Hayes. This is where they all go to cry and commiserate. Blue Sky over there, the lefties. So they're all over there like, what are you doing this weekend? Well, we're going to D.C. to protest the fascist. Well, isn't that dangerous? No, Trump's got the National Guard. It's actually safe for white people. So go back to the other one, right? So we're going to have a protest of white people, wanting to get the fascist out of D.C. because it's now safe for them. And what we know is all the little staffers with their little shoes, their little shine shoes and their backpacks, and all the little staffers and, the little legal assistants. And it's now safe to send your kid, right, to be an intern. Yes, it's safe to send your kid to be an intern. I mean, there's places in D.C. housing where it's just set up and structured to take interns for members of Congress all across the United States. And parents have been in fear of sending their children to D.C. to intern anywhere in the Capitol, Supreme Court, whatever it may be. It's now safe to do that. So even the left knows they're happy with this. But where they're really happy is the black community, and you have the black community in Baltimore, St. Louis. The list goes on and on that they're like, Trump, can we be next? So give me video 14.
And take a look at this. D.C. police are investigating after someone broke into 29 cars along a 2-block stretch in Northwest. And this is video 7 News photojournalist Luis Urbina got today on Cathedral Avenue near Calvert Street. You can see all those windows just broken out there, glass all over the road. Police say several cars had items missing. So far, no arrests have been made in this. But again, 29 cars. One resident who lives nearby says he's heartbroken and shocked that something like this could happen.
30 cars. This happened in January 2024. So long ago, right? This happened before all the statistics came out. Now, just think, if the statistics would have come out the day before this, but since this, all the statistics have come out. Now, what if you are a single black mother, you have a couple children, you're trying to go to work, you're trying to pay your bills, you're trying to raise your children, and you come out in the morning to go to work, and that happens. I watched videos yesterday where black women were thanking Donald Trump because they were tired of coming out and their windows being busted. So even, I find this interesting, listen close, even Joe Scarborough said, well, let's just listen to Joe. Video 12.
I mean, you know, the answer to this problem for Democrats is not, oh, everything's okay, there's nothing to see here, Move along, move along. Oh, Washington has dropped 24% or whatever in crime. Well, let me give you some other numbers. The Washington Post took a poll in late April, early May. 91% of Washington residents say crime is a problem. 91%. 51%, it is an extremely serious problem. And John Heilman, we've had people before put this in racial terms. And this is, I must say, this is one thing that I think Democrats have gotten so wrong about crime. Well, let me just read the Washington Post here. There are stark divides among lines of race and income in the poll, with black residents and lower income residents significantly more worried about crime than white residents and those with higher incomes. As they were last year, black women are among the most concerned, with 65% saying crime is a very or extremely serious issue, compared with 82% who said the same thing last year. That's what the mayor understands. Dave was saying the mayor understands this is a...
Give me 72. Did you see their faces? I mean, when Joe was reading this, did you see the faces? There's not many things I enjoy as much as Minka Brzezinski and her anger. She will die first before she agrees with any of this. The anger in her face that Joe's even doing this. I mean, she wants to run the statistic narrative that violent crime is down 30% from last year and people feel safe. No, they don't. No, they don't. And they want the president, go ahead and give me 79. They want the president, this lady here. All right, first of all, Washington, D.C. is different. Washington, D.C. is a government intergovernmental agreement with the federal government that at any time the federal government can take over the city of D.C. Simple as that. It's the District of Columbia. It's where they grabbed a little bit of Virginia, right? And a little bit of Maryland. Is that it? Just Virginia and Maryland? And they turned it into the District of Columbia. And it is a city that actually has the intergovernmental agreement. All the agreements are at any given time, the federal government can take over the entire city. And she knows that. And she's actually been compliant with it. But here's what she also knows. So it is different. It is true. The president can do two things. He could take it over without question for 30 days. Send in the National Guard, take over the Capitol Police, take over the DC Police, whatever. He can do all of that for 30 days, no questions asked. Executive order. She knows that. She knows she has to agree with it. Second, he then can go to Congress and ask Congress to allow him to continue the takeover of DC. Or he can, now they'll run the court on him, he can claim a national emergency. Because DC in the national emergency can the federal government can take over the city of DC in a national emergency. So he has options. She knows that. Now let me tell you what else she knows. Give me number 9. I don't want to do that one yet. This is 79. I'm going to go to 99 in just a minute. She also knows that she has to play a tightrope with the mayors around and people like Wes Moore in Maryland, right? There is a governor's race going on in Virginia with Winsome Sears, the lieutenant governor, the Republican black lady running for governor, not doing real well in the polls. She has to hold the ground for the Gavin Newsom, Gretchen Whitmer. She has a governor's race going on in New Jersey right now. Chittarelli, is that his name? Chittarelli, the Republican candidate right now in New Jersey, that could tip Pritzker in Illinois, Gretchen Whitmer in Michigan. The list goes on. Shapiro in Pennsylvania. She has to be careful with her party. But what she also knows is the phone rings off the hook of the percentage of not just her voters, her black sisters and brothers that call their office every day and want to know when they're going to do something about crime. Oh, that's serious. It's all the time. Now, so the president of the United States, under an emergency order, but things are different. You did see him just go into LA. All right. Now, what did Trump say? Video 9.
So I think we may get very well some Democrat support, but I hope so. But even if we don't, we have the majority, so we're going to vote it in as Republicans, and we're going to do something. And that's going to serve as a beacon for New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, and other places all over the country. Our whole country is going to be so different and so great. It's going to be clean and safe and beautiful, and people are going to love our flag more than they've ever loved it. And we're going to do a great job.
President Trump yesterday suggesting the federal takeover of Washington, D.C. could happen in other cities as he looks to extend control over police in the nation's capital beyond 30 days. The question is, will Congress support that move?
Now, he has every intention, 99, give me 99. He has every intention of staying longer than 30 days. And cleaning up D.C. And I will tell you this, Mr. President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, who I support, I'm telling you now, the people of D.C. want you to stay and clean it up. They will be upset. Now, he's going to have a problem if he leaves actually in 30 days. He will have a problem. The people want the job done there. They want the gangs gone. They want the children to be able to walk to school back and forth. This is what he wants. This is what he wants. And then he said, we're going to go to all these cities and do the same thing. Now, Trump cannot take over Atlanta police. Can't do it. They're going everywhere to tell you he can't take over. You clean up D.C., they will be begging. Now, I know you don't like TikTok. We'll leave it there. I know you do not like TikTok. I get it. But if you go to TikTok and you're on TikTok and you go to the search, and you put Baltimore, you will get video after video after video of the slums, the dangerous areas. Put St. Louis, video after video. You can continue. Philadelphia, and you'll see for yourself. Take a break. We'll be right back. Then we have to get ready for 10 o'clock, the Georgia hour. Take a break.
$11,000 discounts real? You bet they are. During the Last Chance event at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where every Chevy has our biggest Last Chance discounts, like up to $11,000 off new Chevy Silverado 1500 crew cabs. But you better step on it. It's your last chance to save up to $11,000 at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
Thank you. I'm just saying thank you. I got a donation, and I appreciate it. I'm saying thank you. I'm multitasking. I'm a multitasker. I'm a tasker. It's my middle name. Tasker. No, not really. So I have 10 minutes, and then we have to take another break because it'll be time for the Georgia Hour at 10 o'clock. I am your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Diane, if I asked you, now I know you're busy in there, I get it, but this just has become two of my favorite videos. Two of my favorites. Today is a new one, but there's one that's just my favorite. I just absolutely just have to throw it in from time to time. Do you know which one it is? Well, I guess you don't. Do you know the one that has become one of my favorite videos? I send it to you like every friggin' day. And I thought,
if you talk about this, I'm going to excommunicate you. Well, you're not the Pope, bro.
that's one of my favorite. I clipped that out. I have a folder of those little videos that I just love them. And my new one today is, Trump, give me 100 at the Kennedy Center. They're all freaking out because 2025 Kennedy Center honorees. Okay. George Strait, Sylvester Stallone, Gloria Gaynor, Kiss, and Michael Crawford. Now, they asked President Trump, how much of an influence did you have on this decision? And he said 98%. They all came by me. But he said they had to keep their eye open. Video 8.
I turned down plenty. They were too woke. I had a couple of wokesters.
I had a couple wokesters. Come on, that's classic. I had a couple wokesters come by. I think 95. I think this is, if you want to find the wokesters, there you go, DC, or you can find the wokesters. Where are they at? I had a wokester here a minute ago. I want to show you. You can always go here. This is where they keep the wokesters. This is the Wokester store, number 25. This is the store for all wokesters. This is where you can find them. So there you go. Blue sky. Now, I want to put this out, number 26. There is actually, this is something, I got a couple things I want to put out at this time for you to pay attention to. I know you love it when I tell you to pay attention. Lindsey Graham, they're trying to sober him up now. And I say that, I mean, some people may not like how I put that, but they're trying to sober him up now. And they trying to, sir, you're going to have to be just a little less gay right now in South Carolina. Yes. So what I consider the gay alcoholic in South Carolina, right? Just saying. He has, and this is very important. He has a real opponent. Give me number 108. Now he has a real opponent in South Carolina. And this could get me in trouble. But then again, let's just roll it out. When you get to the pearly gates, all right? When you get to the pearly gates and St. Peter says, can you name 3 things that you've done that we should even consider letting you in? I mean, do you have 3 accomplishments in your life? Now, a little programming note. That's not how you get to heaven. We're just having fun. Okay, little programming note. I can see the text messages and the emails now. So, but you go to the pearly gates, right? Diane, I'm going to refresh. How's that? Better? Looks like I was freezing up there. So you get to the pearly gates, and St. Peter says, can you name 3 things that you've accomplished in life that we could even consider letting you in? And I think one of them should be, I got rid of Lindsey Graham. Not literally, didn't rub him out. But I did everything I could to get rid of Lindsey Graham. He has opposition. South Carolina is going to be a hotbed. The governor's race, it's going to be a pull against the establishment, a pull against MAGA. Now, Mark Lynch has put $5 million of his own money in the campaign. He has a team. This is Washington, D.C.'s homicide rate is higher than Baghdad's. Republicans in Congress have the ability to take over the district, but they refuse to. It's time to dump Lindsey. I'm Mark Lynch, and I'm running for U.S. Senate against Lindsey Graham. Days in office, 11,180 days. Putting Ukraine first, sending your tax dollars overseas, supporting open borders, endless wars, never accountability. We have a chance. You can put this in the basket. St. Peter, he got rid of Lindsey Graham. I mean, we can. So I don't want to forget that. I know it's up there in South Carolina and I'm in Georgia, but I would enjoy it. Now, right here, 101 and 102. This is important. I think just a public service announcement. I think you should talk to your entire family about AI and AI being able to generate your likeness. I'm serious. Okay. Now, this grandparent scam, they would reserve ride shares, transport runners to pick up the money. FBI warning seniors of grandparent scams. So what they do, 102, is they're able to use your grandchildren's voice, right? And they use your grandchildren's voice, and through AI, they call the grandparents and lead the grandparents to believe that the grandchild is in danger and there's a ransom that needs paid or something needs done or they need money immediately. So just be careful out there. I think every family should talk about that seriously, because AI generating someone's likeness, this is coming. It's coming fast, but the criminals are using it. I mean, yes, the crooks are using it. Now, one more, as we're hoping like anything, Adam Schiff will go to prison at any time. And we didn't get time to talk about Texas. But we have a governor's race in New Jersey. Now, what's the guy's name? Chittarelli? Is that his name? He ran Republican, Italian guy, nice Italian guy in New Jersey. He ran last time. He almost won and beat Phil Murphy, the New Jersey governor. Actually, I don't even know this right here. Give me 35. Outrage over tripling energy bills in deep blue state threatens the end reign of Dem officials defending the hike. All right, this is in New Jersey. Republicans in the state have claimed the increase is tied directly to a move by Democratic Governor Phil Murphy to shut down the state's nuclear and coal plants in 2017. So right here, this is number 36. This is Jack Chittarelli. He's a Republican, and he is right now using high energy costs from Democrats. It's hitting the people of New Jersey's wallet, high electric bills, and we have a governor's race. Now, you always hear about the governor's race in Virginia. Republican candidate lacks. There's a little lack there in Virginia. We'll talk about that one later. But this one right here in New Jersey, pay attention to that. Marjorie Taylor Greene. The gift that keeps on giving, especially if you need airtime to report something. I will be back in 5 minutes with the Georgia Hour. Right after these brief messages. Georgia Hour. Take us a break, Diane.
$11,000 discounts real? You bet they are during the Last Chance event at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where every Chevy has our biggest Last Chance discounts, like up to $11,000 off new Chevy Silverado 1500 crew cabs. But you better step on it. It's your last chance to save up to 11 grand at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
And we're back. How are you? I'm your host, BKP. It's time for the Georgia Hour. The Georgia Hour. The Georgia Hour. The Georgia Hour. With BKP and friends. I better strike the friends, Diane. Those are far and few in between. Oh, I cracked myself up. Let's try it again. Welcome on August 14th, 2025 to the Georgia Hour with BKP on voiceofruralamerica.com. Hi, Diane. Now, here in Georgia, where while we are trying to get Republicans in Fulton County, you know, the thing is, and Diane, what's interesting about this program, this hour of broadcast, is you can watch this from sea to shining sea. You can watch this internationally, and you understand it. It's not like, because most people know the level of corruption. They know the cast of characters. They know the names. So it's not like you can't watch this out in Wyoming or Michigan or even in Alaska. Putin could watch it tomorrow and probably understand what's going on because it's Georgia. That being said, Fulton County, that's why I said that, because you can always say Fulton County and the world knows. Fulton County, where we are attempting to get 2 Republicans on the Board of Elections. Now, they are determined in Fulton County that we are not going to, as Republicans or just as citizens of Georgia, that we're not going to see behind the curtain. We're not going to get anywhere close to data information in Fulton County, Georgia, when it comes to the Board of Elections. So the Fulton County Republican Party has appointed 2 people, and that's according to the rules. They get 2 appointments. Democrats get 2 appointments. But Fulton County, Georgia, where our Fulton County DA, number 2, is busy. I mean, you know, we all know in America, the Fulton County DA is Fonnie Willis, and it's in testimony that she likes Grey Goose. So she's somewhere knocking down some Grey Goose vodka with a backup bottle. That's our district attorney in Fulton County, Georgia. So take that down. We will get into that. There's an update. There's an update because, Diane, I sent you 2 new graphics. 2 new graphics. There's an update on this court case. Now, when Josh McCoon went to the Fulton County back before the Georgia Republican Party State Convention, and he addressed the commission, and he made his little political stunt speech. You can go back to that same day, and you can listen to this program and what I explained about the Republican Party of Georgia and what they should have been doing for the past several years. that they haven't, and I will get into detail on that. We should not, let me just say this, and I don't want to get too far out on this subject because I've got other things I want to do right now. But in the state of Georgia, with control of the legislative body, both of them, House and Senate, with the control of all of the constitutional offices, we should not have a single, and I'm talking Republican control, majorities, with Republican majorities, we should not have a single county in 159 counties that don't have their strength and the legal right to have Republicans in the positions of appointment. When I say positions of appointment, meaning if we're able to appoint, spoils go to the victor. We won, so we get to appoint the people. And we should not be in any county in the state of Georgia right now fighting with any court over appointing Republicans to a board of election anywhere. But we do, because we didn't handle it. Now, moving right along, let me say this, number 12, just a notification. Tonight will be the last one. Now, this is, they talk about in Georgia, there's no attempt, a big fat no attempt at unifying. It's not. I mean, and the leader of that is Brian Kemp, the governor of Georgia. I mean, right from the top, division is what they want in Georgia. Not me, not BKP. Now, I will get attacked, and I do, by the upper crust, because they are just that. They are the crust. But the upper crust, they will attack and claim that I'm a divider. No. That I'm not positive. No. That I'm not looking at the big picture and wanting to work together and unify. No. That is at the top. That is Brian Kemp, the governor of Georgia. That is the guy that has never liked Marty and Brian, the Kempers. Those are the ones that have never liked Donald Trump. Those are the ones that have never supported MAGA. Those are the ones that made a deal with Donald Trump to appoint or pick a candidate that we all could get behind. You see, this morning, I am so tired of the friggin' bullshit. This morning, here's what I'm supposed to be doing this morning. Here's what I'm supposed to be doing. Get that off the screen for now, because I'm going to come back to that in a minute. So this is the governor, right? Number 11. And here he is, number 11. And this is his daughter, Amy Porter. And that is the chief divider. And here you go, number 8. Marty and Brian are the most divisive. Would that be the proper? Is that right? They have zero interest in unifying our party. Now stay with Republican and party. Put it together, our party. No. And there's Brian, Marty, and the girls. The chief dividers in the state. So what I'm supposed to be doing, and Diane, I'm going to want this one right here. Okay. 109. In a minute. So what I'm supposed to be doing is I'm supposed to be here right now, according to the deal, according to the handshake between Donald J. Trump and Brian Kemp. Remember the meeting. Kemp and Trump going to find that candidate that Trump's going to endorse, Kemp's going to endorse, and it's going to leave BKP with no other choice but to get on here and sing Kumbaya. Right? That's what was going to happen. is I was going to come on here and say, we're behind this candidate 100%. Donald Trump's behind him. Brian Kemp's behind him. We are singing Kumbaya. And Donald Trump was prepared for that, right? He was prepared for that. According to Donald Trump and the handshake and the deal, we were going to sing Kumbaya. We were not going to fight. We were not going to argue. We were not going to be split. We were going to focus together on beating Jon Ossoff. That was going to be our primary focus for 2026. But the chief divider in the state, right there, Brian Kemp, decided that he didn't want me to sing Kumbaya. Well, he's heard me sing and he knows I can't. And he didn't want it. And he gave me this, 109. So this guy gives me this. It tells me, I'm like, wait a minute. That's Mitt Romney 2.0. Give me video 15. Was that able to play that video 15?
Look, it's my goal to go earn it. I know I got a lot to prove out there, but I'm willing to roll up my sleeves, and I think the more people who meet me and see what the message is and see what I stand for, they're going to feel good about how I'll represent this state. Leadership matters.
So I get Mitt Romney 2.0. Derek Dooley, right? I'm like, I'm so confused. I'm supposed to be singing Kumbaya, but I can't. Because I'm not ready to demagify Georgia. I'm not going to go against Georgia and support someone that has never voted for Donald Trump, never give money to Donald Trump, in no way whatsoever, because he's a childhood friend of Brian Kemp. Not going to do it. So I am absolutely up to here with the attacks on me. All right? I could take it. I don't give a shit. You're not bothering me. You're not ruining my relaxation time. I got a safe space with my cheap cigar. Don't try that at home, kids, right? You're not bothering me. But I am flat out tired of you coming after me, telling me that I'm trying to divide the party, that I am negative. I'm positive as can be. I'm so positive I'm ready to go to heaven tomorrow and tell them I did everything I can to get rid of Lindsey Graham. I'm rip-roaring. I'm ready to get out there and say, vote, vote, vote Republican. But not if you give me Mitt Romney 2.0. Where am I at here? All right, so I'm so tired of it. Now, here's what really got me worked up. Give me I have to pull it back in. Remember this, number 10, endorsed by Kemp. Now, the AJC is absolutely loving this. I mean, they are loving this. And they're loving it for Jon Ossoff right now. And Jon Ossoff, so remember this, number 28, Derek Dooley. Derek Dooley has never, and this show is fact. Fact. This is a fact-driven show. I'm going to put it right out. I can't get the Mike Collins campaign to call me back. I can't get the Mike Collins campaign to answer an email, and I know why. So I'm not carrying the Mike Collins campaign water, but I will tell you this. He's not Mitch McConnell. He's not Susan Collins. He's not Lisa Murkowski, and he's definitely not Derek Dooley. He has supported President Trump. And he made a comment about Buddy Carter that I agree. He's a nice guy. Derek Dooley, he's locked all of his social media. The whole family has gone in like, okay, family meeting. Have you, little Derek the Dooley Jr.? Have you? I don't know if there's a Derek Dooley Jr. Have you? Who has posted something ugly about Donald Trump? Okay. Who has said something negative in social media? Did any of you endorse DeSantis? They had a family cleanup meeting. I know how they work. They did. He's locked down everything because he's an ever-Trumper. And he's not Trump endorsed. They are trying to pretend that because he is saying Trump, we're here to clear that up. Now, the AJC is absolutely loving this. Loving this. Give me number 67. Shots fired. Now, we have in our Senate race, we have Mike Collins, right? We have Mike Collins. Mike Collins is the current congressman of the 10th district. Mike Collins put the Laken-Riley Act on the floor, got it passed, put it in front of Donald Trump. He signed it. Donald Trump mentioned the Laken-Riley Act at the State of the Union where the Democrats sat on their hand. Mike Collins has, since he got voted in as the 10th district, congressman from the 10th district, he has never wavered from supporting Donald Trump. So if I'm looking at the three candidates at this time, not excluding Reagan Box, but if I look at the three candidates this time, Mike Collins is the candidate that I would call America first. Mike Collins is the candidate that I would consider to be in the MAGA direction. That's what I consider. It's not an endorsement. It's just fact. This is a show of fact. On the far right is Buddy Carter from the 1st District. He pretends to be MAGA, just doesn't have it, right? But in the center is the ultimate dividers candidate, a childhood friend, Derek Dooley, right? Romney 2.0. I stole that from a viewer. I got it like at 4:30 this morning. I got from a viewer that he's Romney 2.0. And I said, I'm stealing this. At a Muskogee County GOP meeting this week, the U.S. Rep. Mike Collins, Republican from Jackson, delivered some of his most pointed attacks yet on his Republican Senate rivals. Now, I will tell you this. Get ready. Mike Collins is always ready for a fight if he has to be ready for a fight, and he's in it. He is not playing any games with Derek Dooley. He's not playing any games with Brian Kemp, Marty Kemp. I mean, he knows what he's up against. On U.S. Representative Buddy Carter, great guy, like him a lot. He's a friend. Folks, you spend $3 million on ads, and you don't move the needle, and you're still running percentage points way behind me, and I'm in the race, and I'm not in the race. That doesn't mean you're a bad person. Means you just didn't fit. So Buddy Carter, he's correct there. Buddy Carter came out first, put a lot of money in ads, wanting to look like the MAGA candidate. Mike Collins wasn't even in the race. He couldn't move the needle. On the former football coach, Derek Dooley, that's Mitt Romney 2.0, I don't know about you all, but I don't know this guy. I have to agree. I don't know him, right? Matter of fact, I can't even tell you where he voted in 2024. It's a fact. The guy's had 12 jobs in 10 locations and he's been gone from here, Georgia, for 25 years. We need someone that is proven sitting in that seat. We don't need to go with a childhood friend, that's Brian Kemp's childhood friend, and an experiment for something that is this important. So, we can't even find where the guy voted in 2024. It's fact. I have shown you here the background of his 2016, 2020, right? 68, Dooley shot back. It's not surprising that typical politicians like Congressman Collins start panicking when their dream of another political promotion is in danger. I get it. My focus is on earning the support of the people of Georgia, beating John Ossoff, and then bringing some common sense leadership to the Senate. So here's what's happening right now. This is what Cody Hall is doing with this guy right here. All right. This is what Cody Hall is doing with this guy right here, the Romney 2.0, and that's his campaign team. They're setting him up around the state with what they call low-hanging fruit, where he'll get softball questions. He's doing roundtables, okay? He's doing roundtables, and it's really prep. He's like, I'm in Savannah with business leaders, really. Brian Kemp, Cody Hall, they're setting up these roundtables, and they're only allowing their team to get little video clips and pictures and then pop it out. But these people are set up to ask him softball questions. It's like training for the big fight, and that's what he's doing. Everything is handpicked for him. He could talk about Mike Collins. Mike Collins goes into these rooms on his own, says what he wants to say, and nobody is prepping Mike Collins. I know the guy. I can just say it, right? And I could almost say that for Buddy Carter. But this guy here in the middle, everything is prepped when he goes in the room. And when they come out of the room, they're going through these things with him. This is where you were wrong. This is where you made a mistake. This is where you should have said this. What they were asking you was this. You need to memorize this. Here are your flashcards. I mean, the guy has got a math test tomorrow, and he's getting flashcards held up. 2 + 2, 4. 4 + 4, 8. He's doing flashcards right now around the state. So don't let anyone in this state of Georgia tell you that myself or what I call the 30% or the MAGA or the America First, that we are dividing the state. It's not happening. There's explosions all over. Brian Kemp, MTG, the Georgia Republican Party, Inc., Josh McCoon. Everything has exploded. I didn't do it. Wasn't me. All right, number 69, just throw this in here and we got to move on. We have like 3 other stories here in Georgia I want to get to today. Collins captains. Now, Mike Collins has his team going around all 149 counties in Georgia and putting together a grassroots team in every county. Now, if you want to see, this is on the AJC, but if you go to his website, Mike Collins for Senate, he has a list. If you're in a county, you want to know how to get involved in his campaign, or who is supporting him in your county, you can go find that and see who the grassroots, the list is. Now, let's go from there right now to the Senate. To the governor's race. And let's go to the governor's race briefly in Georgia. Now, I'm about to bring up some stuff. Keep in mind, this is a political show. This is not an endorsing. I do not carry water for politicians. I'm not a cheerleader. I am a Republican. I do vote Republican. I do not support Democrats. But we are going to go through now, just quickly while we're on the Senate, number 6. Here is Mike Collins' kickoff day. You can see the date, the time, the location. This is Mike Collins. Now, on the Republican side, there you go. That's the 19th. Today's the 14th. It's not far away, right? 6 to 8 p.m. Number 5. Now, Burt Jones, the current lieutenant governor of Georgia, let's keep something in mind. When Brian Kemp ran against Stacey Abrams in 2018, 2018. Go back there. It's 2025, 2018. Brian Kemp only won this is the first time. He only won when his opponent was a Democrat, overweight, black, lesbian, gap-toothed Democrat. Now, I'm not here, don't attack me, but nothing about Stacey Abrams presented herself as normal. Go ahead, give it to me. Traditional family. I mean, none of the above that Stacey Abrams has. Appeal, okay? How do I do this without sounding... She's not very attractive. And eye appeal, ear, the senses. Eyes, ears, right? All the, short ends up there in the brain that get stimulated when someone talks, all the above. That being said, Brian Kemp only won in 2018 in Georgia by like 50,000 votes, right? 50,000. Now, Burt Jones is the current lieutenant governor, right? And he is running for governor, and he is running against Chris Carr right now. And he has Donald Trump's endorsement. And he's kind of playing it safe, all right? He's kind of playing it safe. And Republicans right now are going around talking about ending state income tax. All right. So, okay, we'll go with that. Now, that being said, we are waiting because I don't think it's Senate. I don't think it's going to go up against Derek Dooley. I don't think it's going up against Mike Collins. I really don't think so. But we are waiting on the decision from this guy right here. Well, first of all, give me number 18. And this angers you. So go ahead, do it, get it out. This angers you. But glad to see that Georgia has been recognized as a leader, keeping non-citizens off voter rolls and keeping our registration list clean and current. Next up, modernization. Modernize. What's wrong with me today? Next up, modernize the National Voter Registration Act. Congress should look to Georgia for tips on cleaning the voter rolls. Now, well, wait a minute, Diane. This is my impression. I'm dodging bricks. I'm dodging rotten tomatoes. I get it, but it's out there, okay? It's out there. And he is going to chamber meetings, and he is going to different organizations as keynote speaker, and they are inviting him, and they are applauding when he gets there, whether you like it or not. Because you can always tune in here for the truth, right? So this is out there. And then I know I will get WD-40 for my squeaky chair. Now, so he does this interview. I watched the interview. 64. More than 200,000 Georgia voters must respond to a mailer to stay active, Secretary of State. Georgia Secretary of State announced, this is August 13th, the completion of the no-contact mailer as part of the multi-phase audit of the state voter list maintenance. This is me once again. I'm dodging Ron. You're gonna get it whether you like it or not. Now, the Wall Street Journal, number 65, right? So, the Wall Street Journal. No longer dead Brad Walking. Georgia's election chief makes a comeback. Republican Brad Raffensperger, who refused to find more votes in the 2020, survives political exile by MAGA and is now eyeing higher office. Interesting. So, I, for one, would put a marker in Vegas on governor, right? So we could be looking at governor, Republican, and let me say this for all those out there that are saying, yeah, he might run, but he can't run as a Republican. Yes, he can, and he will. Yes, he can, and he will. And if you try to remove him from the Republican ballot, my prediction is you'll lose in court. Now, you can't go out there and say I'm advocating for it, right? You can't, because Josh McCoon and everybody knows I asked while serving in office for the Georgia Republican Party, Inc., if we can move forward and remove him from the Republican status, and we all know what happened to me. So I'm going to tell you right now, he will run as a Republican. He won't be removed, no matter how many emails you get from the GRA or others saying he can't run as a Republican. I doubt that's going to happen. Seriously. If it would happen, the state legislature will take away your ability to qualify candidates, Republican Party. Now, that being said, so you're going to have 3 Republicans possibly here really soon. Brad Raffensperger, you're going to have Chris Carr, and you're going to have Burt Jones. And Burt Jones, Trump endorsed. So you're going to have a couple lanes, meaning you're going to have a fraction of the party here. Now, what you're supposed to do, right? What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to battle it out, support your candidate in the primary, and once you get a nominee, right? Number eight, once you get a nominee, you're supposed to come together, right? And support the nominee. Now, let's just throw out there, and can I see by a show of hands? Brad Raffensperger is the nominee for governor, Republican nominee for governor of Georgia. How many of you MAGAs out there, how many of you Trump supporters out there will go out and vote for or put his signs out or support Brad Raffensperger, the candidate? Right? Or how many will stay home if Burt Jones? How many will stay home and not vote or vote Democrat if Chris Carr's the nominee? You see, we could stand a better chance. And I'm not begging for no kumbaya moment. So I'm telling you, quit attacking me for this. We're talking politics. I'm not begging for a kumbaya moment. But we'd stand a better chance in Georgia if the divider in chief, if the head guy that is causing all the division in the state and his wife would have followed the deal and brought us all together in Georgia. But no. To hell with Trump. You got to understand. These people, even Marjorie Taylor Greene, they're jockeying for post-Trump. Yes. If you don't think behind closed doors these people are not having post-Trump syndrome, it's post-Trump syndrome is what's going on. You need to understand that. And they're jockeying for position. Now, so the divider in chief. So let me show you this. This guy is very concerning. And what I don't like is when there is a 66, a Democrat that not completely, right, but almost offers a program out there much like I've asked for. So this is Jason Estevez. He's the Democrat. He's floating a $1 billion fund to help small businesses. So honesty, integrity, look you in the eye, I have said from this microphone way before I met this guy that I am tired of Republicans in Georgia making tax abatement big deals for their friends. I'm tired of the battery plant big deal for their friends. Big deal for their friends at Rivian. Big deal for their friends in South Korea, Kia, Hyundai. Republicans in Georgia make big deals. The movie industry, right? But if you're a small business out there this morning, small business, you're a conservative, right? You got 4 or 5 trucks. You'd like to grow your business. You'd like to get the same deal as Kia. You'd like to get the same tax breaks as the movie industry. But no. You're the small business in Georgia. You're from Georgia. You're trying to grow your business in Georgia. No. Only if you're a foreign country. Only if you're Hyundai, Kia, the battery plant, Rivian. The list goes on and on and on. So this guy is a Democrat, Jason Estevez. He's floating a $1 billion fund to help small business. So I say, hey, let me read this article. Give me number 70. In the last campaign for Georgia's top job, Governor Brian Kemp's Republican rival turned the MAGA tax breaks used to land Hyundai and other headline-grabbing economic development projects into attack lines. Now it resurfaces again in another race for governor, but with a twist. At stops in his hometown in Columbus, Democrat State Senator Jason Estevez said he would preserve a massive incentive package to lure huge projects which sometimes tops $1 billion. But the gubernatorial candidate also proposed creating a separate $1 billion fund for low-interest loans designed to help small businesses. He said it could help generate 30,000 to 50,000 jobs a year. We can attract new businesses into the state, but at the same time, we should be supporting our small business owners who are taking the chances, taking the risk on small towns and rural counties across the state. I could have written that. We have a surplus. We have Republicans running around saying, vote for me. I won't let a boy dive in the swimming pool with your daughter. That's just amazing. Okay, I get it. That's a God-given, commandment. Well, it's not one of the 10 commandments. Oh, whoa, the attacks are coming now. Anyhow, sorry about that. Sorry, please. I'm asking for forgiveness. That's who we're supposed to be. Anyhow, and then Republicans, if you vote for me, no state income tax. Oh, that's amazing. Well, that's amazing. My property tax is going through the roof. I can't afford food for my children. I can't afford my car insurance. I can't afford my homeowner's insurance. I can't afford. But if I pay $2,000 in state income tax now, you will probably figure out how I could pay $2,200 by another source. Thank you. I am waiting. I'm actually waiting for Republicans. I really am. Ready? I'm waiting for Republicans to come out with some solid, campaign issues that affect the people. Not tax abatements for these enormous projects. Not these counties that build these economic development authorities, that funnel the land And the next thing you know, the money's in their friend's pocket. Let me tell you something about Georgia, and I'm not advocating for a Democrat. And don't you dare, damn it, go out there and tell me I'm advocating for a Democrat. The Georgia state budget has gone up $10 billion in 4 years. You got it? Now, if you go around this state and you look at the economic development authorities that are created, all right, and you look at the friends of the friends of the friends who have the property that sold it to a friend of a friend. If you look at what Republicans have done in the state of Georgia just in the last 15 years, Nathan Deal and Brian Kemp, if you look, the money has flowed into their friend's pocket, whether it's new hospitals, whether it is giving a certificate of need, whether it's gambling that we haven't passed yet, but is in someone's gas station, whether it's property to build a battery plant, whether it's a water deal, no matter what it is, it has filtered around and found its way into a friend's pocket. It just has. No matter if it's, they say school, we fully fund K through 12, school security, mental health, this, that, the other thing. It's all circled around and dropped in one of their friends' pockets. You got it? What was that? Just a little too much damn truth? Once again. Okay, so back to this, right? We can attract. So this guy right here, now we have a surplus. We have a, I'm not going to go any further with this right now, but this Estevez guy running as Democrat, the Democrat Estevez running for governor. I mean, Republicans better get on the stick and start talking about issues that, you know, that everyday Americans, because what did this guy say? Rural. You can't make that up. You cannot make that up. All right, take that down. Now, I have to get this out here. This is the unifying. It really took me off. Number 12. Now, this is when I receive a phone call saying that they received a phone call or a message, or the message has gotten to them. Now, I'm going to say something here. The Georgia Republican Party chairman, Josh McCoon, his strong point, he has a strong point. It's plausible deniability. All right. No matter if you corner him on any issue, he has set it up to where he has plausible deniability and he can claim he knows nothing about it. Now, Josh McCoon, he was not in favor of the delegates voting for Amy Kramer for the RNC National Committee woman here in Georgia. They were 100% Ginger Howard. Ginger Howard, I mean, she was part of the party planning committee, and she has a dress shop. And, I mean, she's just a true Southern belle, and she blinks her eyes. Stop. So they wanted Ginger Howard to be with Jason Thompson and Josh McCoon. Those are the three votes. The delegates voted for Amy Kramer. They did. That's our process. That's our process. Now, Josh has never seen an election in the Georgia Republican Party. Well, going to leave that out for now. So she is elected. Now, they boxed her out immediately. They boxed her out. They never put out a welcome mat for Amy. They never announced. Josh didn't announce she's the new Georgia RNC. Just total shut her off. Now, like her or dislike her, bottom line, the delegates. I'm not going to bring up the district. I'm not going to bring up the district. But there's a district in the state of Georgia where people have called and complained, and this is not Katie Frost, boom, but it's another district where people have called me and complained about the district chair. And I've told the person on the phone, I said, you know what? Do you live in the district? No, I don't live in the district. Okay, I don't live in the district. You know what? The people that live in the district that are delegates to their district, they voted for their candidates and chose this individual to be their district chair. You understand? So that's their district chair, like it or not. So this is who the delegates chose. Josh doesn't want to work with her. They box her out in every way of the executive committee as they can. Now, there's an RNC meeting next week, and it's very important. Do you remember last time? Okay, so last time we had Ronna McDaniel, right, at the current chair or the former chair of the RNC, and we had Harmy Dillon. Now, a lot of us put pressure on Jason Thompson and, at that time, Ginger Howard on how we wanted to vote. We wanted rid of Ronna McDaniel. We wanted rid of her. And when it didn't happen through an election, we pushed the buttons and Donald Trump made it happen. But we wanted rid of her. So there is a new candidate. Now, although Joe Gruder, I think that's his name, from Florida, has been endorsed by Donald Trump, and he should be a lock, that's not certain. So the state of Georgia, there will be, for the RNC, the new chair will be elected, and that's August 19th through 22nd, the summer meeting right here in Atlanta. Now, she gets a vote, and she's going to give you an update, and she wants to hear from you. And she has a vote. So if you want to discuss who she votes for RNC chair, and you're out there and you're in the party, go talk to her. Now, I know this, Josh has plausible deniability, that there has been messages through channels to tell county GOP chairs not to promote it. So you stop and think about it. Now, I'm in Fannin County, Georgia. I have not gotten an email. I have not gone to Facebook. I get their updates. I get their emails. I'm on the list. Tonight, she's going to be in Blue Ridge. Fannin County Republican Party, Union County Republican Party, Dawson County Republican Party, Gilmer County Republican Party, Pickens County Republican Party. The list goes on. I can go on. Towns up at the top there. How many Republican parties have you received in North Georgia an email saying the RNC National Committee woman will be in Blue Ridge tonight at 7 o'clock. There is an election. She has a vote if you want to meet her. Now, like I said, back channel through back channel through back channel has gotten to me that the chair of these counties, now, if you haven't, just say it. It's okay. But have been told, tamp this down. We don't want to highlight this. Oh, by the way, I'm the one dividing us. Not. I'm not the one dividing us. Oh, my God. All right, so now, Diane, can you give me 111? I want to close with this for a reason. Oh, wait a minute. Give me 110 really quick. You know, I showed you this. I want to just give you the example here, all right? I told you this earlier in the Senate race. In the Senate race, another busy day yesterday. I appreciate the folks in Statesboro taking the time out of the day to hear more about my campaign. You see the round table there? You see who's in the room? You see that? It's all staged. He's getting set up of 10 or 12 people It's all softballs. It's all low-hanging fruit. And it's all a setup to get. You can't discount him. He's got money. Now, give me number 11. The Georgia Republican Party, Inc., the Republican legislature that we have control over, we have the majority, the House and the Senate, which the control is Burt Jones, the lieutenant governor. The House is John Burns. The Board of Elections, State Board of Elections, which we have we should have a 4-1 with the chairman coming from the governor, right? On the State Board of Elections, we have the governor gets the chair, picks the chair. That should be a Republican. The Republican Party gets Dr. Janice Johnston. The House, which is Republican, John Burns, got what's her name? What's the lady's name? Janelle King, and the other guy, Burt Jones. I'm so sorry. I'm not going to get that name. But anyhow, it should be 4-1 Republican. So we have control of the State Board of Elections. We have control supposedly at the Secretary of State Republican, House, Senate, Lieutenant Governor's office, and the Governor's office. Then the Georgia Republican Party, Inc. should have smooth sailing to go in and say, you know what, we need to correct appointments to the Board of Election in these counties. We need to correct that. That needs to be handled. Now I'm going to throw it out there 5. I'll just throw out 5. I'm going to get no, we don't. We have 3. No, we don't. We have 4. Anyhow, we're going to throw out 5. We've got 5 different pieces of either county charter, state legislation, recent laws with probate judges that have different definitions of requirement to put Republicans on your county board of election. It's scattered all over the map. So instead of us taking the time, look at recently, the Board of Elections in DeKalb County rejected the commissioners in DeKalb County, rejected 2 appointments from DeKalb County Republican Party. They had to go to a Superior Court. That's our system. And the Superior Court said, I'll take one, but I don't want the other one. Right? That's what happened on the screen. Now, stay with me. Right? That's what happened on the screen. And DeKalb County Republican Party had to abide by what the judge said. Every time a judge rules, it sets precedents. Right? And they had to put someone else forward. It's all over the map. We've had an opportunity, the Georgia Republican Party, Inc., to complete this, finish it up, and get it done. But no, we have not. We have not. Now, you received this is Jason Frazier and Julie Adams. Now, Jason Frazier was appointed in the past for Fulton County Board of Elections from the Fulton County GOP. He was appointed. Never got on there. They never accepted him. Julie Adams was appointed by the Fulton County GOP, and she made it onto the Board of Elections for Fulton County. But she didn't certify the election. She said, I want to see some corresponding documents. I'm not feeling good about certifying this. I need some data to look at. I need to know that when I sign this, it's accurate. So she didn't certify an election. It's gone all the way up the chain. And the Supreme Court of Georgia Supreme Court says what? The law says you have to certify an election. Well, she has completed her term. They've reappointed her for another term, but she's now the disruptor. Proven disruptor. I'm just saying this is going to be their argument. So go to court and you get this right here. So number 21. you get Fulton County Republican Party versus Fulton County Board of Commissioners. And you get the judge says you have to appoint the Republican nominees. And he names them. You have to. So they go to the next Fulton County Commissioner meeting, and Fulton County Commissioners just bypass a court order. So the Republican Party of Fulton County, number 22, they go back to court and they say, hey, that was a court order. You have to honor a court order. You can't just bypass the court order. So comply. So they're going to go to court, and there's number 23, request that Fulton County honor the court order, right? So let's stop there. Now, if you go to AI and you just ask AI, hey, what's the deal here on Fulton County? 112. A recent legal dispute, this is AI, a recent legal dispute centered on Fulton County Republican Party's effort to appoint two nominees, Julie Adams and Jason Frazier. Now, Julie Adams is currently serving on the Board of Elections in Fulton County. Her term is up. The rule says she stays on until she's reappointed by the commission or a new appointment takes her seat. To the Fulton County Board of Elections. The situation, as they call it, the Fulton County Board of Commissioners initially voted against appointing Adams and Frazier to the election board. The GOP's argument, the Fulton County GOP filed a lawsuit arguing the commissioners were legally obligated to appoint their nominees. The court's decision, a judge sided with the Republican Party, ruling that the Board of Commissioners did not have the authority to reject the nominees. Now, you got to understand, there's the nominees, provided they meet the qualifications. County residency, registered to vote, not holding public office. Now, those are what's listed. But I'm concerned it's going to be meet the qualifications, county resident, registered voter, not hold public office, but not limited to. Now, I know that's a legal argument, but not limited to it. I'm going to show you. The impact this ruling means that Julie Adams and Jason Frazier are expected to serve on the Fulton County Board of Elections. That's where it ended for election integrity folks out there. It went viral. Georgia Republican Party won. Josh McCoon's a hero. He's the greatest man that ever lived. Jason and Julie will be on the Fulton County Board of Elections. It's gone all the way to Lindell TV. It's gone everywhere. But hold on a minute. Fulton County had the audacity, I wanted to just say that, they had the nerve to say, what court order? Maybe we just didn't have time to review it, right? So you might say, oh, they're in trouble. They just went past a court order. Maybe they didn't have time to review it. Now, there's a 60-page response. A 60-page response. Now, it came in last night. I was not able to read all 60 pages, but give me number, I think this is it, Diane. Give me number 52. 8:13 yesterday afternoon. I did not get a chance because by the time this was filed and posted and it got around, I could not read the 60 pages. So here's the front page. Ready? It's Superior Court. Defendant's motion to reconsider the court order or in the alternative to stay the mandamus pending appeal. So they're in 60 pages asking to reconsider. You can reconsider. What happens is once a judge makes a motion, you can make a motion for reconsideration. You can ask the judge to reconsider their ruling. That's legal all the time. All right. So what they don't tell you out there when you see this on social media and it's reposted 600 times and everybody's bragging about it and the big win, and Jason Frazier's on there, any good attorney is going to ask the judge for reconsideration. So what's happened here is they waited till after the meeting. They're going to claim they didn't have enough time to go over. You like when Fulton County is in there and the judge says, well, you ignored a court order. They're very simply going to say our legal team did not have the time to get a stay in place and review this to acknowledge your court order, Your Honor. That was not intentional. We would not intentionally disregard your court order. That's going to be their argument. The Fulton County Republican Party's argument right now in front of the judge is they just ignored a court order and moved on. So what this is a consideration. And it's normal. It's perfectly normal. So they're saying to the judge, we want you to review what you did. Here's our 60-page argument. They make a 60-page argument asking this judge to reconsider. And if you do not reconsider, put a stay, freeze your court order in place while we take this through the legal process of appeal. Okay? Now, defendant's motion. Defendant, the Board of Commissioners of Fulton County urged the court to grant a stay of the mandamus order pending appeal to the Supreme Court of Georgia. While the BOC respects the judgment of the court, the BOC requests the court reconsider its order because it fails to recognize that the legislation directing the BOC to appoint a person, the Board of Registers and Elections, who is nominated by a political party, in this case the Republican Party, does not mean and could not logically mean that if the Republican Party were to nominate a person who is clearly unqualified. You see, they get that great area to say we are the final judgment. Yes, it says 2 from the Republican Party. But are you telling us, because as a commission, we represent the citizens of Fulton County, and for the 1 million people in Fulton County, if not more, are we supposed to take one of their boards and hand it over to 2 people nominated that are not qualified? That would be... Will that be a dereliction of duty? What would that be? But you see what I'm saying? That's their argument. Yes, you can bring us 2 Republicans, but nowhere can you logically tell us, Judge, that we just got to close our eyes and have a yes vote across the board. Are you telling us that our vote is a formality? That we cannot have? You're talking about a GOP that they even have a nominating committee. You're talking about a GOP that they want accountability standards, whatever. So this is going to be their argument. Could not logically mean that if the Republican Party were to nominate a person who is clearly unqualified or whose membership on the BRE would be determined to be to the public and to the mission of the BRE as set forth in its bylaws. The BOC has no choice but to appoint that person to the BRE? Question. Events since the court issued the mandamus order. So this is 60 pages. I'm going to read it this afternoon because I want to see their argument, because I think the Republican Party, Inc. should have solved this issue a long time ago, but they haven't. They did not. They'll tell you about all the legal battles they've won, but the legal battle we have not won in the state of Georgia is our right to put the people on the Board of Elections from the certified Republican Party. We have counties that are appointing people to the Board of Elections that have been put forward by the Republican coalition, not the Republican Party of that county. And their argument is, well, as long as it's a Republican. This is so convoluted, and the Georgia Republican Party, Inc. has had years with Republican leadership in the House, in the Lieutenant Governor's office, and the Governor's office to solve this, and they haven't. So they have their argument. Julie Adams is a disruptor. Jason Frazier, they make their argument. Not that I agree with it, but they make their argument. So this morning, just so you know, 111, Jason Frazier is not serving on the Fulton County Board of Elections and Registration, all right? And Julie Adams will continue to serve. She will continue to serve in the position until the court hearings, and she's either reappointed. 111, I think that's my fault, Diane. I'm sorry. She's reappointed, and they confirm her. So there you go, the truth of what's going on. Now, don't forget, as we close, this is We Are Georgia, home of the largest Ponzi scheme in the in the history of Georgia. Largest Ponzi scheme. We don't want to go away and make you think, well, we forgot about it, or someone intimidated me into not bringing them up. Number 7. And keep in mind, tomorrow I'm going to talk about the 1st District. I've been talking to some people down in the 1st District, and I'll be able to update some things tomorrow as far as that race is concerned. But don't forget, this is the Ponzi family. And we have Brant Frost V over in the dark blazer, Brant Frost IV, Papa in the plaid, Krista, the mother, Katie, 3rd District Chair. These are the family members circling the First Liberty Building and Loan, largest Ponzi scheme in Georgia history, $140 million, with what we understand, the most being from people 70 and 80 years old. So don't forget that. Number 11, we have been bringing to you daily that Brian Kemp and Amy Porter, I am getting messages on who you think her business partner is, but we understand that the Derek Dooley campaign, endorsed by Brian Kemp, a childhood friend, that Amy Porter has some business partners that the donations are going through where they can skim off the top. This family could come out with millions, maybe $10 million out of this campaign, skimmed off the top. Now, Marjorie Taylor Greene, number 17. Go and read this. I don't have time. We're going to get out. But I am going to flash these up. I've told you since I want to start at 53, and we're going to go right through, okay? I've told you for the longest time, it's not a hate, it's not a dislike, but she has used her district as a personal cash register for years. We've told you that for years. Now, people get mad at me. But number 53, she kicked the hornet's nest. You go read these, make your own decisions, okay? 53, here's Laura Loomer. I know your daughters lack any real talent because they share your genes. All right. This is an attack. This is a layout. 53, 54. Go read this. She exposes all of the FEC filings reveal that Green for Congress has paid Malco Strategies a whopping $952,000 since July 1st of 2024. But here's the real kicker. LinkedIn records confirm Marjorie Taylor Greene's daughter, Lauren Green Sanders, has worked as the creative director for Malco since 2023. So she really exposes 55. You can go look. After 50, there you go, 55, and then 56. You can read all of this. She breaks all of this down. There you go, 56, 57. She shows the FEC reports right there, and 58. So Laura Loomer, really, here's the FEC records that prove Marjorie Taylor Greene has sent nearly $1 million to Malco since July 2024. Her daughter works for Malco as their creative director, although people have met her daughter, Lauren Green S., have told me that Lauren is very slow, very low IQ. Wonder where she got that. Did Trump say that? Very low IQ. It doesn't have much job experience, but appears to be mooching off her mother's congressional position. So that is not BKP. That's Laura Loomer. And you can look at MTG. Is she using it for a cash register? Georgia, take that down here. Number 19. This is one of the saddest things. When you run off, when you have to give back the $3,500 that the Frost family gave you in a political, right? When you're out of Frost money and your campaign can't afford new jeans, that's Candace Taylor. Let's see, what else do I have? I'm going to call it a day. Diane. I'm out. Oh, number 10. Brian Kemp wants you to support Mitt Romney 2.0. Thank you. Have a nice day.